features of the speech recognition system. Our good speech recognition system, they let the user customize them according to their requirement. Nowadays, it is the era of using the smart devices. So even our speech recognition systems, they have become smart enough to understand the needs of the customer and then respond to them according to their requirement. So some of the features that our speech recognition system nowadays have, first feature is language weighting. This feature tells the algorithm to give special attention to certain words, like the words that are spoken frequently or the words that are unique to a conversation or a subject. For example, the software, it can be trained to listen for the specific product references. If as a buyer, I am most frequently using Amazon for my shopping, so that will become the most frequent if I'm doing it with the help of speech recognition system. So this will become the most frequent choice which I input. So our speech recognition system, they will capture it very quickly. They do the language weighting. That means the algorithm that are being developed, that are being used in our speech recognition system, they give special attention to certain words. The words that are spoken very frequently, special attention, special weightage will be given to those words. Or sometimes there are words which are unique in the conversation. They can be analyzed. So this is one feature of our speech recognition system, to understand the words most frequently spoken by the customer. Second, acoustic training. This software, it tunes out the ambient noise that pollutes the spoken audio. We provide our speech recognition system with this acoustic training. Software programs with acoustic training, they can distinguish the speaking style, the pace, the volume amid the din of many people speaking in an office. That means if there are many people speaking in an office, our speech recognition system, they will be able to distinguish between the speaking style, the pace and the volume of different people, and they tune out ambient noise that pollutes the spoken video. So our speech recognition system nowadays, they are being provided with this acoustic training of tuning the ambient noise that is polluting the spoken audio. Third important feature is speaker labeling. Speaker labeling, it enables a program to label an individual participant and to identify the specific contribution that is done by that participant in the conversation. That means if there are many people doing conversation and that audio is getting recorded, so our system, they will be able to label the speaker by their voices. If they're speaking something, they will be able to label that which word is spoken or which sentence is spoken by which speaker. So we are having our speech recognition system with the feature of speaker labeling too. Then the last one is profanity filtering. A speech recognition software, they filters out the undesirable words and the languages. This is called filtering. That means we are filtering out some undesirable words. The words that are not much required in the conversation, the words that are just spoken like that. So they can be filtered out with the help of our speech recognition system. So this particular feature is called profanity filtering. So basically our speech recognition systems, they work like the smart devices also. They work in a smarter way by providing us with different features which can be very beneficial for us to recognize the speeches spoken by different people. So these features include the language weighting, acoustic training, speaker labeling, or profanity filtering. Coming to the last topic of this speech recognition. What are the advantages and the disadvantages of a speech recognition system? First is machine to human communication. This technology, it enables the electronic devices to communicate with humans in the natural language or conversational speech. This particular technology, it will enable the electronic devices to communicate with the humans in natural language. That means they are performing the machine to human communication, which is a very big advantage. Second, readily accessible. This software, it is frequently installed in computer and mobile devices, making it so easily available. So they are speech recognition system, they are now readily available with our computer, with our mobile devices. Third advantage of using the speech recognition system is easy to use. Well-designed system software. It is straightforward to operate and they often run in the background. That means they are very easy to use and they work in the background. They do not hamper the things that we are doing onto our system. So these are the well-defined softwares which can be used very easily. Then fourth advantage of this speech recognition system is continuous automatic improvement. As systems complete speech recognition tasks, they generate more data about human speech and so they get better at what they do. That means if our mobile device, it starts understanding our language, the way we are speaking. So every time it is generating more and more data for itself. So as systems, they complete the speech recognition task, they generate more data about that human speech. And for the next time, they will improve themselves. They'll give us better and better results. So these kind of systems, these kind of software, they are having continuous and automatic improvement by themselves. Then, like everything has certain advantages, we do have certain disadvantages of speech recognition system. One we can say is inconsistent performance. The system, they enable us to capture the words accurately because every person has a different pronunciation, every person has a different tone of speaking, they may be preferring different languages. So it sometimes we can say provide us with inconsistent performance. We are speaking something in our own accent, our system, speech recognition system, it might not be able to understand that particular word. So that is sometimes when we get irritated of these systems. So that is because they are not every time producing with us with the consistent results. Sometimes they do have inconsistent performance depending on the words that we are trying to input, depending on our tone of speaking, depending on our pronunciation, our language. So they sometimes provide us with some inconsistent performance. Second is the source file issues. The speech recognition system, they depend on the recording equipment that are being used, not just the software. Though we have built a very good software for our speech recognition system, but obviously they will depend on the recording equipment also that are being used for these speech recognition tasks. So obviously they will have some issues if the recording equipments are not good. So this was all about our speech recognition system. Mainly we have discussed that what is speech recognition system, conversion of speech into text which is understandable by the computer, how does it work, the basic 4 steps of it, We have also understood different features that are provided by our speech recognition system. We have understood the application where we are applying nowadays our speech recognition system. And the last one, we have discussed the advantages and the disadvantages of our speech recognition system. So coming to the next one. Our next topic is natural language processing. Basically, till now we have understood about speech recognition. That means we are speaking something and our computer is understanding. So how does this understanding happen? This is called natural language processing. It refers to the branch of artificial intelligence. It is concerned with giving computer the ability to understand the text and the spoken words in almost the same way we human beings can. Means the ability to understand the spoken words in a way we human beings understand. That is called natural language understanding. Whether the language is spoken or written, natural language processing, it uses the artificial intelligence to take the real word input. It will take some input, whether it is something spoken or something written. It processes it and it makes sense to it in such a way that the computer can understand what we are speaking or whatever we are writing. We are writing something in our natural language here. Till the previous topic in the speech recognition system, we have just talked about whatever we are speaking. But in natural language processing, whether we are speaking something or we are writing something, we in our natural language, we want our computer to understand that, to process that. Just like we humans, we have different sensors. We have ears to hear, we have eyes to see. Similarly, the computer, they are having programs to read and to collect these audio. They have microphones to collect whatever we are speaking. So just as humans, they have the brain to process, computer have a program to process the respective inputs. And at some point, the input is converted to code that the computer can understand. So like we humans have different sensors, we have our eyes to see, ears to hear, brain to process the data given. In the very similar way, we have the computer system which are processing the data inputted. They have the microphone to collect the audio. They have the processor to process the data. So in the very similar way, we perform our functions in the same way. The natural language processing, this is being done by our different systems, and they have different sensors for doing all these tasks. So basically, NLP, we call in short to natural language processing, is the ability of a computer to understand the text and the spoken words. That is called natural language processing. There are main two phases of natural language processing: data pre-processing and the algorithm development. We will discuss that what happens in this data pre-processing and what happens in the algorithm development. These are the two important phases of our natural language processing. First of all, talking about the first one, that is data pre-processing. Data pre-processing, it involves preparing and cleaning the text data for machine to be able to analyze it. So there are different ways in which this can be done. Means we are preparing and cleaning the text data for the machines to be able to analyze it. If something is spoken or something is written, that has to be prepared properly for our machine to understand. That is called pre-processing of data. In what way can it be done? So there are different ways in which it can be done. First is the tokenization. It is when the text is broken down into smaller units to work with. If a big text is provided, a big sentence is spoken, It is broken down into smaller units for a computer to understand. This is called tokenization, the breaking of text into smaller unit. This will be known as tokenization. Second is stop word removal. This is when the common words they are removed from the text and unique words that offer more information about the text remain. That means if we talk about a Google search engine, if we are trying to find out something, that what is this tokenization, we generally type this, what is tokenization, what is the word tokenization. So there is an unimportant word which will not provide us with any result related to tokenization. Is little unimportant. What is the most important word or unique word there? It is tokenization. So this is called stop word removal. Few unimportant things that might not be useful in producing the results, they will be removed. This is called stop word removal. Then we have lemmonization and stemming. Whatever words are there, they are reduced to their root form. That means if we have suppose written broken, so what is the root word for broken? It is break. So that means lemmonization or stemming, what does it do? It will find out the root word. If we type something, it will find out what is the main word. Broken, it will not consider, it will consider the word break. This is called lemmonization and stemming. Then the last one, that is just data pre-processing, that is part of speech tagging. That means the different parts of speech, they are marked, our text is marked on the basis of different parts of speech. Like we have noun, different parts of speech, like we have noun, the verb, the adjectives, the adverbs. So tagging this particular text with different parts of speech, it is called part of speech tagging. So these are the different ways in which the data pre-processing is done.